Hey guys, welcome back to Ox Tools. I'm Tom. We got a little weird job here. A couple of my neighbors are burners. They go to Burning Man every year, and it's the middle of August right now, and Burning Man happens around Labor Day. So the activity in the neighborhood has gone up a few notches with these guys trying to get all their junk ready to go. Anyway, they called me down there the other day. They needed a little bit of engineering help with a water evaporator that they're building. So I guess that one of their requirements is they have to dispose of their gray water from showers and washing dishes and stuff like that, I guess. So they're camping out in the desert, and they bring a bunch of water. But they're not allowed to just dump the water on the ground because it makes mud, and so they want to control this because there's so many people. So what they're building is they have a portable shower, and they're building a water evaporator to deal with that water from the shower and aerate it and increase its surface area so that it evaporates quicker. So these are some of their components that they drug down here, and they needed a little bit of help. I got them going in the right direction with pulleys and things like that. So the idea is the thing is going to be wind powered because it's almost always windy out there. And this old ceiling fan is going to drive by a belt or a cord or something like that. It's going to drive a drum that's roughly this diameter here. So think of something the shape of a 55-gallon drum approximately, and it'll have some netting and matting on it. And what this will do is this will dip into the water and pick this water up and aerate it and provide more surface area for it to, it'll churn it basically to help evaporate it in the sun. And then once that water is evaporated, they can collect the dried dirt and solids and things like that, and then bag it and haul it away. So anyway, what we're doing here is just some basic assistance to help them get this thing operational. And one of the things they have to do is they have to couple this pulley to this fan housing, and what they want to do is just basically bolt it to this, so the driving force of this can drive the aerating drum. Anyway, they've gone at it with their cordless drills and gear down there for a while, and then they got stuck, so they gave me a holler. So we're going to help them out a little bit, and I figured it'd make a good video. Nice short one. So we're going to bore this pulley to fit this shaft, and that's one of the things that they want. And then the other thing is we have to couple this up to the motor, or the fan blade. And what we're going to do there, they've already kind of started. All we're going to do is clean this up a little bit, and we're going to weld these studs. We're going to weld these studs on here, so that'll provide the driving force for that. Anyway, we'll get going on. All right, so this is these are the two holes that we're working with here, and these have kind of a rounded head, and you can see that this is a sloped surface here. So what we want to do is we want to weld these on so they're parallel with this shaft here in these holes. So I got to clean this paint off of this area here and then take the plating off of this bolt so that it'll weld without smoking and sputtering too much. Okay, that's probably enough. And then we'll We'll dress those a little bit and okay, so we belt sanded the plating off of these screws so they'll weld better. I think what I'm going to do though is I'm going to use this little punch here. It's kind of got a ball tip on it. I'm going to create a little bit better seat on this here. Something like that. Yeah, it sits in there pretty good now. I think I can get a pretty good weld. Try. Yeah, okay, I like that. Okay, that's pretty good. And we may have to open those holes up a little bit, but let's go ahead and weld that on there. Make sure it's straight with the world. Get another tack on it. This is just 035 MIG wire here that I've snipped off some little pieces. Hey, wow, sometimes you get lucky, right? The holes are so wagged out it would be hard to not make it fit. Had to touch up the tungsten there. All right, that should be plenty. For some of this kind of light duty work like this, I use a real lightweight ground. I find, so this is, what is this, number 6 wire here, stranded wire with a 75 amp alligator clip on the end. So for these kind of light duty welding jobs, this is probably only about 30 or 40 amps, maybe something like that, maybe even less than that. I can't see the gauge when I'm welding, but it's really, you can see how light it is, and I can clip it onto any little thing here. Anyway, it's a lot easier than the the rest of this is painted, right? So I'd either have to grind a spot or do some gyrations to get my ground on there. So anyway, that's just a handy lightweight ground. Okay, so we got the 6 jaw back on the machine here, and then this is pretty simple. We're just going to clamp it by the hub here and do a little boring job on there. I want to make sure I get that set screw out of there because it's hardened. The tool would cut it, but it just is a good idea to take it all the way out when you're doing something like this. You just never know what you're going to bump into there, so I'll take that all the way out, get it out of our way. And this is about as low a precision job as it gets. This is right next to doing this with a rat tail file on the sidewalk. Actually, that's spinning pretty good there, so kind of surprised. Okay, so let's see. That goes through there. Yeah, that one goes through. Let's see what size I got to bore. Alright, we got our tool and a tool holder. This tool's a little bit overkill. It's a solid carbide boring bar, but I just had it handy, so there's, why not, right? Alright, we're pretty close there. Okay, so I measured the shaft that's going to go through there, and it's 855. It's some piece of tubing, I don't know what it's off of. So we're going to give it a few thousandths clearance just so it slides on easy. Let's say 860. And let's see what this is here. This is like 813. So what's that, like 47 thousandths, something like that, that we need to take out of there. So like I said, this is about as low precision as it gets, so basically we're going to touch off and dial in, half of that, and then come back and do a finish pass and call it good. So calibrate our tool. Yeah, that's actually spinning pretty true, which is amazing. Alright, there, we're just scraping it there. Alright, go 10, 20, 30. Let's do that. Let's do 30 thousandths. Check our feed rate. Oop, we're going the wrong direction. Change the feed direction. Alright, let's go for the goal there. The interrupted cut because there's a keyway in there. Let's see, can you guys see that? Yeah, I guess you can see that. Okay, so I heard it go through, and I can actually look through the spinning chuck jaws on the backside and actually see the tool. Okay, finish feels pretty good. I don't think my customer is going to be too critical here. He just wants the pipe to go in the hole. All right, so 853. So and it was 855 is what they wanted, or that's what the shaft is, and we're going to give it a few thousandths clearance there. So I'm just going to dial in 5, I think, and where's my oil can? Oh, there it is. Let's put a little oil in there for that finish pass. Okay. $8.58. I'm going to call that good. All right, so you can see this is just a piece of tubing here, but of course, wherever I measured it, it doesn't agree with where the end is. So I got to do a little massaging here to. I think somebody was tapping on the end and they may have flared it a little bit. So we'll just kind of rotate it around and get off some of the crud that's giving me a hard time. And there's a little more on the tip there that I'm. All right, let's give that a go here. Okay, call that a success. Jeez, it's actually a nice fit, even for machinist guys. I think for burners, they're not going to know what to do. Okay, so we're going to give them a couple of some fasteners here, or some nuts to kind of sandwich this thing. And then we'll run those up right onto the underside of that. And then I found a couple of what I would call the right kind of fasteners for this job. So we're going to give them, these are wing nut kind of guys here, so we're going to, they're going to want to break this thing down real quick in the field, so no tools, so we're going to give them some wing nuts. I don't use these for anything, and I found them in the drawer, and I said, yeah, they'll like the wing nuts. Well, you know what? I think we're going to give them a washer too. We're going to give them a couple of washers. Look at that, quick change. So it's like the racetrack, right? You can get the wheels on and off real quick and get back in the race, right? All right. Okay, that looks right. Okay, oops. So I'll try to get some pictures of this thing when it's done. I had to get that centered up, you know. My machinist brain couldn't handle that being off center, so we had to put it on center. Okay, I think that's it for this job. Anyway, it's just kind of a joke job, and it's kind of funny and helping out some neighbors, and they're gonna really love it. So, okay, so we went down there and dropped off that little job to my Burning Man neighbors. I kind of lucked out. Nobody was down there, so I just left it out front of their shop down there. That way I didn't get roped into another little job. That's okay. These guys are okay. Anyway, so that's about it for that video, and I'm just going to do a little cleanup and put things away. Anyway, I just want to say thanks for all the subscribers that have subscribed to my channel and are watching my videos and putting up lots of good comments. So keep those questions coming. I like that stuff. And thanks for all the support. The comments are, there's a lot of comments coming in, and I'm finding that it's hard to personally answer each one, so I'm just going to apologize ahead of time. Some of the comments that don't really have a question attached to them, I may start curtailing my personal answers to that, just because there's so many of them. Anyway, it's not because I don't care, but it's a little bit overwhelming how many emails I get from some of these videos. So, and it just seems to be kind of ramping up. So, like I said, I'll keep trying, and I'll certainly answer the pertinent questions where there's some benefit to everybody to answering the questions. So, anyway, hope you enjoyed this one. It was short and sweet, and helped out a neighbor. So, talk to you later.